Think about your earliest childhood memory. It likely feels like a solid snapshot, a birthday party or a classroom frozen in time, until it shatters. Your brain stores isolated fragments, the specific sound of a voice, a flash of red paper, or a lingering feeling of excitement. These floating points represent isolated memory fragments. When you recall that childhood birthday, your brain pulls these scattered data points together to rebuild the event. But during reconstruction, old details drop out. Today's emotions alter the blueprint, and new information subtly weaves in. Over years of rebuilding, your past becomes a living narrative, shifting every time you look back. When the foundational memories you rely on are constantly changing fabrications, the identity you've built on top of them remains fragile. An objective event and the memory of that event are two distinct things. Take two different people who go through the exact same failure at work. The first person reconstructs that memory as a test of their endurance. They encode the failure as evidence of resilience, using it as a foundation of strength. The second person remembers that same failure as proof they aren't smart enough. They integrate the event as a permanent weakness. The constructed story dictates the resulting personality, regardless of the objective facts. We hold on to certain memories because of the raw fear, the intense joy, or deep embarrassment attached to them. These anchor points help the brain answer the question, who am I? This diagram illustrates confirmation bias. The central node represents your current identity, sending pulses that seek memories matching your beliefs, obscuring the rest. If you feel incapable, the filter darkens, suppressing successful memories and magnetically pulling in awkward moments to validate your insecurity. This behavior serves an evolutionary drive to keep your sense of self predictable over time. This artificial consistency forces you to live according to an outdated story, written years ago by a younger, less experienced version of yourself. The brain's desire to keep you consistent is the very thing that prevents you from growing. Since identity relies on flexible memory, you possess the active power to reshape who you are. This relies on intentional reframing, assigning a new meaning to the factual fragments of your past. A past rejection can be seen as evidence that you had the courage to take a risk, rather than a sign of failure. By questioning an anchor memory's default narrative, you force a new pathway into that circuit. The old loop breaks, rerouting connections. These link together into a new geometric structure, revealing patterns of strength and growth you previously missed. Identity is the result of how you deliberately choose to remember your experiences. The next time you look at your past, examine the specific stories you are telling yourself about it. Taking control of this internal narrative is the most powerful tool you have to shape your future self. If changing the meaning of a real memory can reshape your identity, what happens when your brain completely fabricates an event that never occurred at all? We'll explore that next.